Yeah, I'm from Germany. I'm 19 years old, and last year in 2019 I graduated from high school, and then I decided to go abroad. And now I will tell you something about being abroad and doing an EVS.
So, what was your motivation to start this project?
So, as I already told you, I was thinking about to go abroad and to take a gap year, and I always wanted to work with children and young people. And the project, I found it on the website. It's called also European Solidarity Corps.
Yeah.
And then I found out about this project, and I was reading it. It sounded pretty good for me, and then I just applied, and I took the opportunity, and I wanted just to improve my skills and also to go abroad, and it was very good to do it at the same time, to not waste a lot of time of my life.
Where do you work here and what do you do?
So I usually work mostly in daily centers with people with disabilities and young children with disabilities. And also we work in a blind center, and I work also as well in a school where students who learn German, and I just try to support them to speak more. They learning German in school, and because usually they just write the language and I'm there just to talk with them, so they improve their speaking skills.
Which of your working places you like the most and why?
So as I said before, I like to work with children and young people, and for me the place where I like to work the most was the school, actually, because I was thinking also in the past about becoming a teacher. Then the idea was gone. And then I came here and I really liked it. Of course, I'm not a real teacher and I do not do all the stuff that a teacher does, but I really enjoyed the time with the children and I really like to help them. And also I really like the place Vinica because the children are just very lovely, and I really like to be with them and to try to make their day better with playing with them and just take them out of the space where they the whole day are inside.
Do you like being a teacher? Not actually a real teacher, but still, do you like it?
Yeah, like how I do right now, it's okay, but like to be a teacher has there's a lot of work also after school and before school. And I don't know if I really want to
Deal with that.
Yeah, to deal with that like the whole day with my job, and I don't know. I will see what future will bring.
And what was the biggest challenge for you in your volunteering service?
Before I came to Bulgaria, I worked in an old people's home where are also a lot of people who have like some disabilities, but like because they're old, not because they are the whole life old, and usually not mental disabilities. And it was very hard for me in the beginning to like I didn't know how to treat them in the right way, and I was like trying to treat them different than others. And I wanted to learn to not do it anymore because they're just humans as we all. And of course the language barrier was very hard for me in the beginning because like the staff is not always talking in English, and sometimes I didn't know what to do exactly. But I tried to manage it, and I think I managed it in a pretty good way.
Yeah, you did an amazing job actually. But still, the language barrier is not that big because you also speak Russian.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I understand some words, and we also had like the Bulgarian classes, so I learned which words are similar, which are not, and so.
What was your biggest achievement?
I think my biggest achievement was also my biggest challenge. Like I already said before, to get used to work with people with disabilities and to treat them in the right way. I completely lost all my fears and worries from time to time because I just figured out they are just the same as we are, and I think this will also help me in my future, like in every part of my life. Like I would just know that I can treat them the same as everyone else, and I think that's a very good thing.
How has volunteering developed you personally?
So first of all, I think I grew up myself a little bit. Like I become more matured because it was the first time for me living alone without my family and my parents, and also it was abroad, so I had to learn to be more independent than I was before. And also I met a lot of new people that I would never meet. People like in Germany, I would never get in touch with those like people like this because we all know we are different in some ways, and you're usually like with the people who are more like you. And I started to like what I said before, like we are all humans and we are in some ways we are just the same. So it was a very good how to say,
To see and to understand that.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, just to get to know people you would never know and to learn from them as well.
What you learned from the Bulgarians?
From the Bulgaria to make banica.
Yes, achievement alone.
Yeah, as well, like I really like the people here. I don't know how you feel about it because you live here, but for me they are very open. Like they always try to talk with you even if you don't understand them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear like a lot of questions every time, like what do you like about Bulgaria and what you don't like about Bulgaria. And every time, like what should I say? Like
Okay, so I won't ask you that.
yeah, for me it's just it wasn't like I know like how it looks like in some way because I was in Kazakhstan as well as a child, and it has like similarities because I think because of the past, so how the buildings look like and other things, and the language was not that hard for me to not understand, and also like that everything is written in Cyrillic. When I ask other volunteers, for them it's completely strange, but for me I could read it on the first day, so I was not that
Confused.
yes, for me it was not that confusing.
What 3 new things have you learned about yourself while you were here volunteering?
So first thing, maybe it's not that connected to the EVS, but I learned for myself that I really need my family, because I was like 5 months not at home, and I really start to appreciate my family more than before, and I think it's also a great thing to learn about yourself, because now I know that maybe in future I will not go away like to Australia or something like this, maybe just stay in the area around Germany or in Germany. And yeah, another thing is that I'm more independent than I thought I was, because for me in Germany it was sometimes very hard to talk to strangers and to be like to look independent and to do something on my own. Like I was a person who needed some push-ups from other people to do something, and here, like, because of the language barrier, you sometimes had to do something on your own, and most of the times it was right. So I learned that maybe you just should do something on your own without getting a check from someone else.
In what way did you give some extra idea for our project?
Like right now I will do the event on Saturday. It will be the closed web, and I don't know if it's that new for the Balkan kids, but yeah, that was my idea. I was already thinking about it before in the past, but I never said it because we had other events. I don't know, maybe also like that we go to the German schools, because like I know that some French girls also will go to the French school, but not now. Maybe it's also something new what I did now with Therese, but...
What is your next step in life, and would you continue the mission of Balkan Kids just to make the world a little bit better place?
So actually I want to study social work. I don't know if you have the same in Bulgaria, like it's just called social work, translated from German. And afterwards I want to become a social worker. I think so. Maybe also a teacher, like I already said. I want to go in that direction, and I just want to help people. Like as a social worker, you can like work with old people, with disabled people. You can work in prisons. You can work with students. You can work with children. You can do like whatever you want. And I think if I also have the knowledge about it more than here, I can do more. And I think it's also like a little bit to follow the, what was it called? You said the word before. The mission of Balkan Kids, and I think I will just follow it in some way, because like we also help other people, we try to support them, and I think this is what I will do in my future life if everything will go like I want it. And yeah.
Say something to our big Balkan Kids family.
So first of all, thank you everyone for being a part of my abroad and volunteer life in Bulgaria. It was one of the best experiences I made in my life, and I think it will follow me my whole life. I will always think back to Bulgaria, and I will just think about you people, like how you changed my life, how the work changed my life, and how Bulgaria changed my life, because also like the living here is completely different than in Germany. Yeah, thank you for everything.